Snow showers.
The news with Gary Libator and meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Tuesday morning. I'm Gary Libator.
I'm meteorologist James DeFazio in for Eric this week.
You bring some winter weather with you, don't you?
For now, but I'd like to think I'm also going to bring the transition over to spring because I really believe this is our last true wintry day in central New York.
Well, let's hope, right?
Yeah, it's looking that way. We're looking at a pattern that looks to be breaking. Finally, we're going to get into warmer conditions. Unfortunately, this morning we are seeing temperatures below freezing with scattered snow showers. These scattered snow showers are primarily off to the west, primarily across Syracuse to Rochester. This band of snow is going to work its way into central New York throughout the morning, and we're going to see a light accumulation. Downtown Utica is calm and quiet for now. We are seeing some light snow on hilltops. It's not showing up on the radar. It's calm for now, but we're tracking blustery conditions back to the west that are going to be around for the entirety of the day today. And while temperatures are in the upper 20s to low 30s, we're going to have wind chills that are about 10 to 15 degrees colder than that. 32 degrees with mostly cloudy at Griffiths and Rome. And for now, the feel-like temperature is in the upper 20s, but again, by this afternoon and evening, even I should say late morning, we're going to be experiencing much colder conditions. Tonight, I have to switch that up over to today. Today we're expecting temperatures to get up into only the mid-30s with very, very blustery, chilly conditions. Coming up, we're going to take a more detailed look at the entirety of your forecast, and you can see we do have warmer temperatures coming. Gary?
James, thanks. A record-breaking miles.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Good Tuesday morning. We're taking a look at your forecast in a minute. As you head out the door this morning, you can take a look at what to expect. Calm conditions for now on roadways, perfect conditions. Unfortunately, we expect that to change as the morning progresses. We're tracking snowfall that's going to arrive in about 45 minutes or so. Most areas seeing clear conditions. However, looking off the Oneonta Cam, I can notice some fog in the distance. So some of the southern valleys may be encountering a little bit of reduced visibility. Still dry up in Old Forge. I believe we'll see this turn white today. We're going to see a light accumulation, especially across elevated surfaces and elevated locations. No traffic alerts to make you aware of this morning. However, on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, you can see we do have a band of snow approaching from the west. It's currently working through Syracuse. This is going to be a little bit of a snow squall, and we're going to see a quick burst of heavier snow for a short period of time. Again, the southern valleys indicating that there is a slight area of fog across the southern valleys. Some areas seeing snow across the southern tier, Lawrence on the Mesonet Cam. The rest of us still just seeing cloudy conditions. Temperatures today say right in the 30s for the entirety of the day, and with blustery conditions, it's going to feel chilly. Our snowfall forecast for today, most areas don't see much, just a coating on grassy surfaces. Most of this falls on grassy surfaces, but 1 to 2 inches does fall across the North Country. Snow, cold, and blustery today. This does look to be winter's last stand. Coming up, we're going to take a look at how there is much warmer weather coming up in the forecast. Gary?
James, thanks. New York State.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Tuesday morning. James in for Eric this week. Eric gets a much-needed vacation. However, I have you covered. We're tracking snow showers and blustery conditions today. Take a look at downtown Utica, where it's the calm before the squall. We have a squall working west across the Mohawk Valley in central New York. It's in the Syracuse region right now. However, it's going to arrive just in about 45 minutes to an hour. Snow showers continue through the morning today. We're going to continue to see snowy conditions for several hours. It does get more does get drier this afternoon with primarily flurries, but it's going to be windy and cold for the entirety of the day, and we're tracking much warmer weather to arrive later this week. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Here is that squall I was referring to. It's in the Syracuse region right now. This is going to bring a big, quick change, an abrupt change to the forecast when that works through. It does have some moderate to heavy snowfall within it. Back to the west, lighter snows. This is what we're expecting from mid-morning into the early afternoon. Just some flurries as we get northwest flow off the lakes. However, winds increase. We're going to see 25 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts throughout the day today, and it's going to make for very uncomfortable conditions. Wind chills are going to only be in the teens. Around the state right now, because winds are calm locally, we're in the upper 20s to low 30s for wind chills, but look back to the west where the winds have arrived. 13-degree wind chill currently in Buffalo. That's what we're going to experience mid-morning. Taking a look at our wind chill tracker, wind chills are in the teens to low 20s for the entirety of the day, unfortunately. The entire afternoon, we really don't warm up a whole lot, and it remains blustery. We still have a flood warning for the West Canada Creek at the Hinkley Dam. That's going to probably continue for about another 24 hours before water levels fully drop below flood stage. Taking a look at the bigger picture this morning, a clipper system is bringing us snow. We get a little bit of wraparound lake effects during the mid-morning to early afternoon, and then drier conditions arrive. High pressure settles in for Wednesday, and we're going to see beautiful weather for the remainder of the week. Snowfall forecast, we really hoping this is the last snowfall map, 1 to 2 inches across the North Country, primarily across grassy surfaces. Widespread snow works in this morning, and then it turns showery behind that. Scattered snow showers for the entirety of the morning. This afternoon, mostly cloudy with the chance for flurries. Temperatures drop this evening all the way down into the 20s. Today, temperatures are going to be in the mid-30s. Snow showers, cold and blustery. A look at your 7-day forecast. Let's look after today. Much improvements after this wintry Tuesday. Wednesday, we climb all the way up into the upper 40s with sunny skies, and then by Thursday, much more comfortable temperatures all the way up into the low 60s with partly sunny skies. We don't have to get through too much. We just got to get through today. We got to get through today, and then things really improve.
Enjoy the snow while we have it. Let's say that.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be gone for a while.
James, thanks. Well, it remains the number again, and thank you for joining us on this Tuesday morning. And with kids off this week here in April, they may get the chance to go outside and play in some snow, James, right?
Yes, it is going to be a little bit of a snowy day today. We are going to see a light accumulation. Taking a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 radar, we're going to see a snow squall work through late morning, and it's going to bring us a quick burst of moderate to heavy snow. This is working through the Syracuse region right now, beginning to work in the western portions of Oneida County. This will arrive in the Utica region in about 30 minutes or so. Dry conditions for now in downtown Utica, also calm with winds. That is not the case to the west. We're going to see blustery conditions arrive behind this snow squall, and it's going to make for feel-like temperatures. While temperatures may be in the upper 20s to low 30s, it's not going to feel that way. Low 30s low to mid 30s across the southern tier. It's going to feel much colder. 32 with mostly cloudy. The feel like temperature currently 27 degrees. We will see it all the way down at times today in the teens to upper 20s. It's going to be rather uncomfortable. We are going to pick up a light accumulation today, but primarily on grassy surfaces. Snow showers through the morning, a cold blustery day into the afternoon with a few flurries. Coming up, we'll take a full look at what's coming behind this snow. Much warmer weather. Gary?
James, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast
By Holland Farms Bakery and Deli. This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Good Tuesday morning. Here's how the day is shaping up. It's going to be rather chilly this morning. It's going to be chilly for the entirety of the day. We're going to see blustery conditions that make it feel colder than it is. And with that being said, it is cold. Temperatures are in the low 30s to upper 20s, and that's going to promote snowfall through the morning hours. We're going to see rounds of snow through midday today. The snow hasn't quite arrived yet, but it will over the next half hour. 32 degrees with mostly cloudy skies at Griffis and Rome. We're also going to watch this wind tick up today. Winds are currently only at 5 miles per hour out of the east. That's going to change as we head through the morning hours and into the afternoon. Blustery conditions. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. I want you to pay attention to the western portions of the viewing area, the western portions of this graphic. You can see a snow squall beginning to enter western Oneida County. We're going to see a rapid deterioration in conditions as this slides eastward over the next 30 to 45 minutes in Utica and the Mohawk Valley. Taking a look at Skycast for today, cooler conditions tonight, calmer conditions tonight. Temperatures do drop all the way down this evening through the 20s. Coming up, we'll have a full and detailed look at the entirety of your forecast. Gary?
James, thanks. The awards keep coming in for
York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Tuesday morning. We're tracking snow showers, cold conditions, and blustery conditions for this morning and afternoon. It's going to be a wintry Tuesday. It's going to feel more like February than April. Let's get right into the forecast. Take a look at downtown Utica, where it is calm for now, but there are snow squalls on the way, and we're going to show those on the radar. They're working in western Oneida County now. Snow showers continue this morning. Even behind the squall, we see some lake-enhanced snow. It's going to be a windy and cold day, especially through the morning hours. It begins to improve later this evening. Much warmer weather later this week. This is what we believe to be winter's last stand. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We have quite a bit of moderate to heavy snow from all the way from West Rome back towards Syracuse. All of this is sliding eastward and going to overspread central New York over the next 30 to 45 minutes. We're also going to see blustery conditions arrive with these snow squalls. Winds 30 to 35 miles per hour this afternoon, and that's going to create very uncomfortable, very chilly conditions. The wind chills back to the west. Buffalo at 13 degrees, 16 degrees in Rochester. These are the wind chills we're going to experience later this morning and into the early afternoon hours. The West Canada Creek remains under a flood warning at the Hinckley Dam, and that's going to continue for about another 24 hours as waters continue to recede after our heavy rainfall event. Clipper system today brings widespread snow showers through midday, and then high pressure begins to build in and really settles in for our Wednesday, beginning a very nice stretch of weather. A trace to an inch on grassy surfaces for Utica, Rome, and Point southward, the North Country, 1 to 2 inches of snow possible today. We're hoping this is our last snowfall map. We do believe that the pattern change is imminent. We're tracking these snow squalls to move through this morning, approximately between 6:30 and 7, and then some wraparound snowfall for the entirety of the remainder of the morning. As we head into the mid-afternoon and early evening, clouds begin to decrease just before sunset, but temperatures are chilly all the way down into the low to mid-20s. As we head into Wednesday, beautiful conditions are expected. Temperatures rise steadily after a cold morning, all the way up into the upper 40s to low 50s. Today, snow, cold, and blustery, highs in the mid-30s. I'll look at your 7-day forecast. After today's snow showery conditions through the morning hours, we begin to break out. Spring weather begins to settle in. Monday looking beautiful, temperatures upper 40s. Even more beautiful as we head into Wednesday, partly sunny, low 60s. It looks like spring might be here to stay.
But that snow squall this morning for commuters could be a little rough.
Yes, I want to stress that we're going to see rapidly deteriorating conditions when that does arrive. A very quick burst of heavier snow.
And that's coming within
About 30 to 45 minutes.
Be careful out there.
Yes.
James, thanks. The time right now.
The news with Gary Lipitor and meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. I'm Gary Lipitor.
I'm meteorologist James DeFazio in for Eric this week.
And nice conditions in Utica right now, but what, within the next half hour?
Within the next half hour, we're going to see them deteriorate, and we're going to see them deteriorate quickly. The snow's going to come in hot and heavy. It's going to come in like a squall, where we see that heavy snow work in several minutes after the snow begins. So we're going to see conditions deteriorate quickly. We'll also have temperatures just barely below the freezing mark. So while some of this will not stick to pavement surfaces at first, as this works across the region, as this heavy snow continues to fall, we may see, especially on higher elevations, this stick to roadways just a little bit, and that could make some issues for the morning commute. Again, this is beginning to work into central Oneida County now. This is going to continue to work eastward into the Mohawk Valley as the morning progresses. Calm weather for now in downtown Utica, but it's the calm before the storm. We have calm winds right now. We're tracking blustery conditions back to the west, 15 to 20 miles per hour, and those are going to arrive for the remainder of the afternoon. And it's going to make for uncomfortable conditions. Temperatures are in the upper 20s to low 30s across the region, and when we mix in that wind, we're going to see feel-like temperatures instead of around 27 degrees this afternoon, I should say mid-morning and afternoon, we're going to see wind chills in the teens and low 20s. With this snow working through and snow showers continuing through the morning, we're tracking a trace to an inch across the southern tier, 1 to 2 inches of snow across elevated surfaces of the North Country. Most of this falls on grassy surfaces, and most of this melts during the day today as the sun rises. However, it does accumulate this morning. Snow showers, cold, blustery. Does get calmer into the afternoon. Highs around 36 degrees today. We are tracking warmer weather in the future. This isn't going to last forever. We'll come up and we'll talk more about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Gary?
James, thanks. A record-breaking milestone for the
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Good Tuesday morning. We're taking a look at your forecast in a minute, and unfortunately we're tracking snow showers for this morning that are going to impact the morning commute. We are seeing dry conditions currently region-wide, but that's going to change over the next 30 to 45 minutes. Take a look off the cam in Oneonta. We can see a little bit of low-lying fog. It's not a thick, dense fog, but I want to make you aware of that. We're likely going to see the North Country turn white, a little bit of snow showing up on the grassy surfaces there already from last night. Take a look back to the west on I-90, some slower travel showing up right in the location of where this snow squall is. This is going to impact travel. It's beginning to work into Utica now. The heavier snow is back to the west on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, but we're going to see plenty of moderate to heavy snowfall across the region over the course of the next hour. Visibility, again, primarily okay, but across the southern valleys, we are seeing a little bit of reduced visibility. Take a look at the cameras where the snow squalls have arrived. Snow's coming straight down in Camden and Redfield. It's going to be coming in hot and heavy. Temperatures today only in the 30s with blustery conditions. It's going to be rather uncomfortable today. A trace to an inch of snowfall this morning across the southern tier, 1 to 2 inches across the elevated regions across the North Country. Coming up, we'll take another look at your forecast in further detail. Gary?
James, thanks. New York State is at
Tracker 2 team, where we track storms. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Tuesday morning. A little bit of light fog out there. It's not too dense. However, we are tracking snow showers that are going to impact the morning commute. Let's get right into the forecast. Taking a look at downtown Utica, the calm before the storm. We're not seeing any snowfall just yet, but that is going to change very shortly. Snow showers arrive this morning and continue through midday. I will say the heaviest snow arrives over the next 90 minutes or so, and then it turns more showery. It's going to be a windy, cold day. We're going to see very chilly wind chills for the entirety of the day, but fortunately, the end is in sight. Much warmer weather arrives for the remainder of the week, and I believe spring is here to settle in. Your Full Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We have a snow squall working down the thruway corridor. Very heavy snow across northwest Oneida County right now. Heavy snow across central Oneida County as well, and this does drift down into the southern valleys, but it's a little less thick. It's not as wide. They'll see more of a brief period of snow. Along the thruway corridor and points northward, we're going to see a healthy dose of snow over the next hour. Wind gusts increase throughout the afternoon and evening, and we see 25 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts, and that's going to make it feel rather chilly today. Temperatures are going to feel like teens, and as you can see back to the west where the wind has arrived, 16 degrees for the wind chill at Rochester, 15 in Buffalo. We're going to experience this later this morning as these blustery conditions arrive. Wind chills don't get out of the low 20s today. Flood warning continues for the West Canada Creek at the Hinckley Dam. That will expire in about 24 hours as water levels continue to drop. Clipper system continues to work eastward today. It brings snow through the middle portions of the day, and then high pressure builds in earnest as we head into Wednesday. We're going to see much more pleasant weather for the remainder of the week. 1 to 2 inches from this snowfall this morning, primarily on grassy surfaces, and most accumulations occur across the North Country as that snow is tracking from the thruway and points northward. The snow band works across central New York over the next 30 to 45 minutes, and then some light snow showers continue for the remainder of the day as we head into the early evening. Drier conditions, cooler conditions arrive. Temperatures dip into the 20s. Today, snow showers, cold and blustery with highs in the mid-30s. I'll look at your 7-day forecast. We're tracking one more wintry day, and then hopefully spring's full and permanent arrival. Temperatures Wednesday with widespread sun, upper 40s. Mostly sunny on Thursday, all the way up into the 60s. Some much-deserved 60-degree weather coming in just a couple of days.
Let's have a celebration.
Yeah, we really deserve to.
Yeah, a big party.
Well, after this winter, we all deserve it.
That's for sure. James, thanks. Well, it remains the #1 10, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. With the kids off this week in April, James, they may get the chance to go outside and play in a little bit of snow, right?
Especially if they woke up early today, because we're going to be seeing some snow very shortly working through the region, and it's going to come down quite heavy at times. Taking a look at our York Full Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, we're tracking a snow squall which is moving due west to east, and it's rolling right down the I-90 corridor. The southern valleys are going to see a quick burst of snow, a thinner line of heavier snow. Across northern Oneida County and central Oneida County, we're going to see heavy snow for about 30 minutes or so, and it's going to come down rather abruptly. We're going to pick up a very light accumulation rather quickly. We just saw our first few flakes in downtown Utica. Nothing sticking just yet. We're also tracking behind these squalls much gustier conditions, 15 to 20 mile per hour winds with winds gusting up to 30, and that's going to make it very chilly today. Temperatures are only in the upper 20s to low 30s, and that's with the wind chill going to create wind chill factors all the way down, not in the upper 20s, but lower 20s to upper teens. Currently 33 degrees with cloudy skies at Griffith and Rome, and they will be seeing snow shortly as well. We're going to see, in general, a trace to an inch on grassy surfaces across the southern valleys, 1 to 2 inches across the North Country. Most of this falls on grassy surfaces, and most of this does melt during the day today. We are going to get some solar energy enough this afternoon that this does begin to melt. Coming up, we're going to take a look at the entirety of your forecast and why winter is not here to stay. Gary?
James, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. Well, today is deadline day.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Good Tuesday morning. We are tracking snow squalls this morning. It's another wintry day in central New York. I believe this is going to be winter's last stand and spring will settle in after today. However, this morning temperatures are in the upper 20s to low 30s and we're seeing wintry conditions, and we're going to see wintry conditions for the entirety of the upcoming day. Your current conditions at Griffiths at Rome, 33 degrees with light snow falling. The winds are beginning to increase 7 miles per hour. We're going to see them get to 15 to 25 miles per hour later this afternoon, and that's going to cause very chilly conditions. Take a look at the radar, your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We have a snow squall working across Oneida County now. This is going to make its way into Utica over the next 15 to 25 minutes, and then it will barrel through the Mohawk Valley as well. We are all going to see a quick grassy accumulation before things calm down and turn more showery through the remainder of the morning. Temperatures, they don't last. After today's temperature are only getting into the upper 30s. Take a look at the temperature trend for the remainder of the week. We're in the 60s for the majority of it. We're coming up, we're going to take a look at why this pattern is finally going to break. Gary?
James, thanks. Spring break is underway, and if
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Tuesday morning. We're tracking a wintry day today in central New York, but it looks to be the last, at least for several consecutive days into next week. Let's take a look at downtown Utica, where right now it's the calm before the squall. We have a squall working down the I-90 corridor. Utica and the Mohawk Valley going to see rapidly deteriorating conditions over the next 20 to 25 minutes. Snow showers continue this morning, even behind the squalls. We see lake effect showers through the morning hours into the early afternoon. It remains a windy, cold day. Wind chills are going to be in the teens to 20s, but we are tracking a pattern break. Much warmer weather settles in later this week. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Here's that snow squall all the way up from Lewis County all the way down to Shenango County. We're all going to get a quick burst of heavier snow this morning as this moves from west to east, due west to east, down the Thruway corridor, and then lighter snow showers for the remainder of the morning. Blustery conditions behind this snow squall settle in. Wind gusts at 25 to 35 miles per hour this afternoon, and that's going to make it feel very chilly. Wind chills back to the west right now, only in the teens, 16 in Rochester, 14 in Buffalo. We're still hanging on to mid-20s, but we're going to see that tick downward as the morning progresses. Flood warning at the Hinkley Dam for the West Canada Creek continues until later this afternoon, when water levels will begin to drop. This Clipper system is bringing us widespread snow this morning, but high pressure quickly builds in later this evening and for Wednesday and for Thursday, and we see pleasant weather. 1 to 2 inches of snow across the North Country this morning, a trace to an inch across the southern valleys. Most of this falls on grassy surfaces, and most of this melts this afternoon. However, we are going to see this widespread snow squall work through central New York. Temperatures today only in the low to mid 30s. Showers are around from snow showers through the morning hours into the early afternoon. Mostly cloudy with a few breaks of sun into the early evening, and it's chilly overnight tonight. Temperatures only in the 20s, down into the 20s, and even low teens or upper teens possible across the North Country. As we head into Wednesday, widespread sunshine, wall-to-wall sunshine with highs in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Today, though, it's going to be cold and blustery with those snow showers through mid-morning. I'll look at your 7-day forecast. After today's wintry day, we bust out into spring. Widespread sunshine tomorrow, upper 40s. By the time we get into Thursday, we're going to be talking 60s. Several consecutive days of 60-plus degree weather. It's really going to be a much-deserved break in the weather pattern, and it looks to be here to stay. I think this might be our last wintry day.
we'll hold you to it.
You can.
James, thanks. Well, the titles and awards keep...
With Gary Libator and meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libator.
I'm meteorologist James DeFazio.
And this is a look at a car that had some issues on Route 12 South this morning in Trenton. Luckily, the driver was not hurt. but snow. Winter is back, at least for a day, right?
Yes, we're going to have to keep an eye out. We're going to have to be weather aware, especially out on the roadways through the remainder of the day today. We're tracking snowfall to continue at least through the mid-afternoon hours as we're getting lake enhancement off of Lake Ontario. We had a clipper system work through this morning, bringing us a snow squall. Now we're seeing lake-enhanced showers, the heaviest of which falling in the usual locations: northwest Oneida County, southern Lewis County, the Tug Hill Plateau, from Redfield to Camden to Florence to Ava, seeing the heaviest snow right now. Downtown Utica has seen intermittent flurries and snow showers throughout the day, but currently calm weather in downtown Utica. Relatively calm because it is blustery out there. We're seeing the camera shake at times, 20 to 30 mile per hour winds, gusting up to 35 miles per hour. Continue through the afternoon, and that's going to make it continue to feel uncomfortable. Temperatures remain in the upper 20s to low 30s, making for nasty wind chills. The wind chill currently at Griffiths and Rome all the way down in the teens. It's more of a February day than an April day, to be honest with you, with a west wind at 21 miles per hour at 30 degrees. We're also tracking snow. We're going to be on the high end of the totals across the North Country, 1 to 2 inches across the North Country. Just a trace to an inch on grassy surfaces for areas south of the North Country and across the southern valleys. Coming up, we're going to take a look at why winter is not here to stay and why spring is soon to sprung. Gary?
James, thanks. Brand new this noon, a Rome.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Tuesday afternoon. It may say April 7th on the calendar for the date, but we are seeing cold, snowy, blustery conditions today. It's more of a February day across central New York. Take a look at downtown Utica, where there is snow flying, very light snow. Not really accumulating because we do have enough solar energy with the sun high up in the atmosphere, but it is accumulating in some places where it's coming down a little bit harder, especially across the North Country, and we're going to show that in a moment. Snow showers taper off this evening. They linger through this afternoon and become weaker as we head towards the evening hours. Now, the windy and cold weather continues through this evening. It remains blustery until the overnight, but then we're tracking much warmer weather after today, a true break in the pattern, and what I believe to be true spring. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar showing these scattered lake-enhanced showers. We had a clipper system work through this morning. Now we have some northwest winds blowing off the lake. We have some heavier snow across northwest Oneida County as well as the Tug Hill Plateau. We're tracking blustery, breezy conditions to continue. It's been a breezy morning. It will continue to be a breezy afternoon. Wind gusts are going to be between 30 and 35 miles per hour, and that's going to make it feel very chilly. Taking a look at wind chills around the state, tens to teens across the New York State. It feels more like February than it does April. It's a bitter day out there. This is going to continue into the afternoon. Even after the snow comes to an end, it remains chilly. This clipper system departs to off the East Coast, and then high pressure builds in tonight and settles in for several consecutive days. We're tracking, again, a light snowfall for today, 1 to 2 inches across the North Country. This falls primarily on grassy surfaces and doesn't last too long. It will fall and melt. And we are tracking a substantial warm-up. The pattern change is in the forecast. We get back up into the 60s before the end of the week, and we look to stay into the 60s as we head into next weekend. Taking a look at the Skycast, showers continue through this afternoon, flurries as we head into this evening, and then drier conditions for the overnight. It's chilly tonight. Lows get down into the lower 20s to upper teens. It's going to be a chilly start to your Wednesday, but fortunately, widespread sunshine allows temperatures to climb through the upper 40s right right to about 50 degrees for highs tomorrow. Today, though, snow, cold, and blustery with highs only in the low 30s. I'll look at your 7-day forecast. We're tracking what I believe to be spring's true and final arrival. We are looking at a major pattern change. Upper 40s with widespread sun Wednesday, mostly sunny Thursday with temperatures near 60. We're going to see several chances for temperatures in the 60s over the next 2 weeks. It's looking very warm. The 8 to 14 day outlook continues to favor above average temperatures. I believe, Gary, that after today, we may have said, we can possibly say we made it through winter.
Yeah, let's hope that's the case.
Yes.
James, thanks. Well, today is deadline day. Meteorologist James DeFazio in for Eric today, and you know everybody's saying it. You brought it, didn't you?
I guess I did, but I'd like to take credit for the spring weather that's coming later in the week as well, if I get credit for the April snow showers that we're getting today. It's a snowy, cold, blustery day in central New York. It feels a lot and looks a lot more like February than it does April, and that's because we're tracking the backside of a Clipper system bringing lake-enhanced snow showers to all of central New York. We're seeing some heavier snow showers, the heaviest of which in the usual locations: northern Oneida County, northwest Oneida County, from Ava to Florence to Camden, back towards Redfield, and then on top of the Tug Hill Plateau, seeing moderate to heavy snowfall. Just some light snowfall in downtown Utica, very gusty winds back to the west, and we're continuing to see breezy conditions. And breezy conditions with temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s is a recipe for very uncomfortable conditions. The feel-like temperature out there only in the teens, and that continues through the afternoon and evening. It remains very chilly. We are going to see a light accumulation of snow across the North Country, much lighter across the southern valleys, and this primarily falls on grassy surfaces. Highs today in the low to mid 30s, snow showers, cold and blustery. Coming up, we'll talk about why this is not here to last. Gary?
James, thanks. A retired ambassador.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Tuesday afternoon. It is cold, it is snowy, and it is blustery out there. It is more of an February-like day than an April day. Take a look at downtown Utica, where some light flurries are coming in front of the camera. We're seeing the flag pole up on top of the bank building whipping in the wind. We're seeing blustery conditions. It's rather uncomfortable outside. Snow showers continue for the next couple of hours and then taper off this evening. We're tracking a windy and cold day to continue. That doesn't subside until we get into the overnight, and then much warmer weather settles in for our forecast after today. The rest of the week featuring much warmer temperatures. Your full battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, scattered lake effect snow showers as a result of northwest winds in the wake of a Clipper system which worked through this morning. The heaviest of the snowfall across northwest Oneida County and the Tug Hill Plateau, where they are seeing some moderate to heavy snowfall. We're tracking blustery to windy conditions to continue through this afternoon into this evening. Wind gusts of 30 to 35 miles per hour are possible, and unfortunately, with temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s, that makes the feel-like temperature, the wind chill across central New York, only in the teens. And it's going to be in the teens for the entirety, for the remainder of the day today. Just a very uncomfortable April day. This is our last really wintry day, hopefully for the season. This Clipper departs off to the east, and then drier conditions settle in. High pressure builds in for the remainder of the week, and we begin to see much more pleasant weather. A light coating of snow across the North Country today, especially the higher elevations, see a 1 to 2 inch snowfall. We are tracking warmer temperatures to settle in for the remainder of the week. 50s and 60s. 60s look to become the norm rather than the exception. These snow showers continue through the afternoon. They become more scattered as we head towards the evening. A few flurries this evening and then calmer conditions. It's a cold night overnight tonight. Lows in the low 20s to upper teens. As we head into Wednesday, despite the cold start, wall-to-wall sunshine allows temperatures to rise steadily into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Today, it's going to remain snowy. It's going to remain cold and blustery. Highs have already occurred. Temperatures are going to stay right around 30 degrees for the remainder of the day. A look at your 7-day forecast. We are tracking spring. We are tracking much warmer weather as we head through the rest of the week. Upper 40s with sunshine on Wednesday. Mostly sunny Thursday with temperatures approaching 60. Friday, we're into the 60s with the chance of a light shower during the evening. And the weekend ahead looking rather pleasant and dry with temperatures in the 50s and 60s. This does look, I really do believe that this may be the end of our winter. We've had a brutal winter, and I do believe that this is going to be the last day of having to deal with it.
We deserve some sunshine, that's for
Yes,
sure.
we do.
James, thanks. A small robot.
Came for a one-vehicle accident in Trenton this morning. A car somehow ended up on top of a guardrail on Route 12. The driver wasn't hurt. Local firefighters were called because of a leaking fuel. This happened just after 8 this morning.
And look at that snow on the ground.
Yeah, that.
Still, we all woke up to snow. Actually, were you saying, you know, rest in peace, spring? Very short period of spring that we had this year.
I'll show you that picture in a few minutes. Having a little bit of fun this morning, drawing in the snow.
Yes.
Like a kid. Anyway, you have to make light of it because it's April. We've been talking about snow again today. It's actually colder today than it was yesterday. We're still dealing with a few snow showers out there. Drier air is starting to work in, and this is not going to last for much longer. We get through tonight, and then things are going to be very different tomorrow and beyond. But again, tonight, a couple of scattered snow showers. We're not dealing with any slippery conditions across central New York. Current temperature 28 degrees. It is frigid, so again, dress nice and warm if you're heading out. A significant change in the temperature. We're going to go from teens to the 60s here in just 2 days. Snow showers will taper off this evening. It's a cold start to Wednesday. Again, much warmer weather ahead. Tomorrow will be close to 50, and then we're into the 60s here Thursday. So a couple of flurries this evening, temperatures in the 20s. So it does warm up, but the question is, will it stick around? Going to look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A month after losing
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Another cold day, but there is an end in sight, and it begins tomorrow. We're going to see a remarkable change in the weather, a return to sunshine and warmer temperatures beginning tomorrow afternoon. Live look in downtown Utica. It has been just a very cold day for this point in April, especially after coming off of some very warm days recently. And that wind has a bite to it. We are tracking some scattered snow showers. The snow today having a hard time sticking. It did for a little while, but that's not really the case tonight. The snow is very, very light. We still have a few flurries out there. So I think the clouds are going to hold on a little bit longer this evening compared to yesterday, but we will get a chance to dry out. And yes, spring coming to a temporary end here. And this was the scene this morning on my deck. I do think that spring will be turning the corner and coming back as we head into not tomorrow, but probably Thursday is going to feel much more spring-like. Even tomorrow will feel spring-like. Just the warm weather really starts to arrive here in just a couple more days. Again, low 30s today, Dollarville 30, Little Falls 32, Westmoreland 29. Lots of places in the 20s this evening. Morris 29 degrees, Cooperstown 25, Oneonta with 25 degrees. I am still adamant that you can keep the snow shovel away and put these away, because even though we do get snow this time of the year, as we saw this morning, it doesn't last. There's not really a reason to shovel it because it's going to melt pretty soon if it hasn't already. We're talking about temperatures in the 50s in spots tomorrow. But you do want to keep the snow brush around because you'll still need to scrape off the car windshield, not only from snow, but also frost, which is very common this time of the year. It's not just snow. Tomorrow we start out pretty chilly, but look at the temperatures. We're going to warm up. We'll be close to 50 degrees tomorrow afternoon. And notice the wind chill is very similar to the temperature because we have much less wind expected tomorrow afternoon, and that'll be nice. Cold air continues to slowly retreat. We will notice the big change tomorrow. The tail end of the clouds are here in central New York, but there's clearing to the west, and that clearing is moving east. And again, skies are expected to clear out tonight. I think we'll notice the clouds thinning out closer to midnight and thereafter. Looking at sunshine tomorrow morning, beautiful day. I think wall-to-wall sunshine here for Wednesday. Light winds, and that April sun rather is going to warm up. It's going to make things feel very warm. I think we'll be close to 50 degrees in the afternoon. Tomorrow night, skies remain mostly clear. The winds continue to turn into the south, bringing in much warmer temperatures. We'll start out in the low 40s here Thursday. We'll climb into the 60s here Thursday afternoon. Tonight, decreasing clouds, low of 19. Tomorrow, sunny skies, warmer, a high of 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. A few showers arrive Friday afternoon as a cold front arrives, 64. Chillier Saturday, but still pretty nice. Lots of sunshine over the weekend. We're warming up Sunday, low 60s, and then it's going to feel much warmer with temperatures in the mid-70s Monday and Tuesday.
I like this turn.
And it's going to stick around. Yeah.
Right. Now, has anyone started asking you, when can I plant? When is it safe to plant? And the reason why I ask is because Bill has already started.
My wife is planting seeds inside.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
So, yes, she has planted inside. She's got everything ready to go when it finally warms up.
But are you
some
getting
inside
that question
info,
yet? Has it already happened?
It is
Okay.
soon enough, especially after this weekend when it really starts to warm up.
I love it when people
Yeah.
start asking that. A traffic alert. Once again, flooding is occurring along the eastern end of Oneida Lake, affecting roadways, homes, and seasonal camps.
Video's tough to watch. It's sad. The water is very high. News Channel 2's Kirk Tupai brings us to the latest from Sylvan Beach.
Over the last few days, water levels along Lakeshore Drive have been rising. The water finally breached the breakwall along the lake and is flooding area roads and homes. Anthony Pompey is a resident here on Lakeshore Drive and has been living in Sylvan Beach for 26 years. He says he's never seen it like this.
We've had this place 26 years, and this is the first time we've seen this, so it's rare.
Residents say it's the wind coming off the lake that's pushing the water into their homes, and if the winds continue to pick up, things are only going to get worse.
That's what it is. The wind blowing over the break wall, and the water. It's pushing the water over. Is what's doing it. You can see it coming over the walls as the waves hit it. Yeah, it's brutal.
The town is supplying sandbags to try and help residents, but for many, it's already too late.
There is nothing to do to keep up with it now. It's just there's nowhere for the water to go.
You can also see the beach is eroding and water coming up over the walkway along the canal. Residents say this could have been avoided if the Canal Corporation lowered the water levels ahead of time.
And that didn't happen. We don't know why it didn't happen, but it should have happened. So they might want to think about doing it next fall and every fall thereafter.
Unfortunately, it's easier to just open up the dam, but then the people downstream flood too, so there's consideration for that.
Some power has been cut, so those residents have no way to heat their homes, and there's a concern about freezing pipes.
We're hoping that that doesn't happen to us. Obviously, we need the heat, but we'll see.
I did make several attempts to contact Sylvan Beach Fire Department Rick Johnson, but he has not responded, so we don't know how many people are affected, if there's shelter set up for those evacuated, or when people can safely restore power to their homes. In Sylvan Beach, I'm Kirk Tupai reporting for News Channel 2.
Let's get you over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Yeah, we're talking about snowfall today. We did pick up more for the city of Utica. We've been keeping tallies on this throughout the whole season, and the total up until today, now 116.1 inches. We picked up 0.4 of an inch last night and earlier today. We continue to run a surplus on the season, which we will because we get 95 inches for the whole season. But it's very important to point out that April snow is not rare. It's actually fairly common. And from our climate stats, we typically get about 2 to 3 inches of snow in the month of April. That's the average. Some years we get more, some years we get less. And that's just for the city of Utica. I know the higher elevations certainly get more than the city of Utica, especially on the fringes of the winter season. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Still seeing a few snow showers out there this evening. These will be coming to an end. Current temperature 28 degrees. It's cold, but because it's April, it's not going to last. We'll be near 50 tomorrow, into the 60s Thursday and Friday, 50s Saturday, and then we continue to warm up. So once the warmer weather arrives, it looks like it's going to be sticking around for the foreseeable future. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, it's cold, it's windy. Make sure you're dressed nice and warm. Tonight's featured dog is Finn from Newport. If you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Cold weather is going to continue for tonight, but we're going to see a remarkable turnaround beginning tomorrow. So live look at Oneonta. It's been a cold, windy day. We've been having some on and off snow showers. A temperature in Oneonta at 25 degrees. And again, snow showers continue across central New York. They're very light. We're not expecting accumulation this evening. They do come to an end tonight. In fact, the back edge of this is already working into Syracuse, so it's just a matter of time before this does come to an end. And skies will clear out tonight. We're going to see a remarkable change in the temperature. Tonight, we're down into the upper teens. Tomorrow, we'll be close to 50. By Thursday, we're into the 60s. So spring is coming back, and it looks like it's going to stick around for the foreseeable future. Skywatchers checking in. We've got Whitesboro, Kirsten with 31 degrees, Mike in New Hartford 32, Cassville, snow showers, Helen with 24, John and Schuyler 26 degrees, Curtis 25, Old Forge 23, Scott and Edmonston 26, Worcester 29, and Stewart and Cooperstown with 26. Scattered snow showers today in the wake of the cold front that came through Sunday. We're still seeing the residual impacts of that, but we've got a big dome of high pressure building in, and we can finally see that a response from the Great Lakes. It's warming up, it's drying out, and all of this weather is heading in our direction. So skies will be clearing out tonight. Snow showers come to an end. It's cold overnight. We're down into the 20s and upper teens. I'm expecting lots of sunshine for Wednesday, and that early April sun makes a huge difference this time of the year. We're expecting temperatures to make it into the upper 40s to near 50 with a light breeze. Tomorrow night, skies remain mostly clear. On Thursday, winds turn into the south and pick up, and that's going to allow warmer temperatures to arrive. I'm looking at high temperatures in the mid-60s heading into Thursday afternoon with dry weather continuing. Decreasing clouds tonight, low temperature of 19. Tomorrow, a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, and significantly warmer. It's a cold start, but it is going to warm up. We're looking at highs near 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It remains warm heading into the end of the week. Mostly sunny Thursday, 64. On Friday, more clouds than sun, still warm. A few late day rain showers, a high of 64. That's part of a cold front. It does cool down for Saturday. It turns breezy, but still warmer than the past 2 days. It'll be in the low 50s. Sunday, partly sunny, 62. Early next week, some signs that the weather is going to really warm up. Temperatures expected to be in the mid to upper 70s Monday and Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Today in Trenton, a car somehow ending up on the top of a guardrail on Route 12. The driver wasn't hurt. Local firefighters had to be called in, though, because of leaking fuel. This happened just after 8 this morning.
Homes and roadways on the eastern shore of Oneida Lake are being flooded out. News Channel 2's Kirk Tupai tells us what residents are experiencing this week.
Waves coming out of the west on Oneida Lake are causing flooding in Sylvan Beach. Mary Kathleen Powers owns a home here and says she's never had flooding like this.
This is the worst I've ever seen it. The whitecaps are... I had a whitecap come to my house. The whitecaps are coming to my house.
Residents say it's the wind coming off the lake that's pushing the water into their homes. And if the winds continue to pick up, things are only going to get worse.
The wind is the problem. The wave action piles up the water at this end of the lake, and the waves come crashing over the seawalls and it caused the water to come into this area, and it has nowhere to drain.
The Sylvan Beach Fire Department has been helping people as best they can. Residents say they even rescued people from their home by boat. Some homeowners are doing what they can to pump water out of their home. but there's nowhere for it to go.
I mean, they got some progress, but, you know, you can only do so much.
Paul Campanella has been trying to help his neighbors pump water out of their basements. National Grid cut power to some of these homes, but that has some worried about freezing pipes.
Wait for it to recede and then assess the damage. That's all. Yeah. And hopefully nothing shifts on the camps and stuff like that. You know what I mean? No damage. Hopefully it don't freeze.
We're hoping that that doesn't happen to us. Obviously, we need the heat, but we'll see.
Lakeshore Drive has been shut down to local traffic since the water is starting to erode the roadway in some areas. The town is also supplying sandbags to try and help residents, but for many, it's already too late.
I hope somebody can help us because this is ridiculous. You know, I mean, I know they want to stop other people from being flooded, but you can't do this to us because of that. I'm sorry to get so upset.
In Sylvan Beach, I'm Kirk Tupai reporting for News Channel 2.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Another cold day for April with snow showers. We have a few flurries that continue. In fact, if you look really closely on our Nexus camera in downtown Utica, we do have a few flurries showing up. It's not sticking to the roads, and it hasn't been for the majority of the day. So there is some good news there, and those snow showers and flurries are expected to come to an end as we head into this evening. In fact, as we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, here's the back edge. Starting to work into Syracuse. This is moving east, and we will see improvements in the weather. We'll see the weather dry out. Skies will eventually clear out as we head into tonight. The scene earlier today in Newport, this is from John McCabe, and you can see the snow did stick even to the roads earlier this morning, made things slippery along higher elevations. We picked up 0.4 of an inch of snow in the city of Utica, putting the season snowfall total to 116.1 inches, which is higher than even last year. Skywatchers checking in. Whitesboro 31 degrees, Barneveld 27, Mikey New Hartford 32, Middleville, Kathy 28 degrees, Jeff and Mohawk 28. Cooperstown 26, Westford, Dave with 26 degrees, Carroll and Worcester 29. High pressure is building in from the west. We can see the clearing lines slowly working in. It always seems to take forever, especially when the weather is really cloudy and cold, but we will see skies clear out as we head into tonight. It's going to allow for temperatures to drop into the teens and low 20s. It also means sunshine. So Wednesday starts out cold, but we'll see plenty of sunshine, and that April sun is going to do its thing. It's going to help bring temperatures into the upper 40s to low 50s across central New York. And heading into tomorrow night, the weather remains dry with mostly clear skies. South wind kicks in for Thursday, and it gets even warmer. We're looking at high temperatures in the mid-60s. Dry weather is expected. Plenty of sunshine. So a couple of very nice days ahead. And it looks like this overall weather pattern of warmer temperatures will be sticking around. It doesn't look like we're going to go back to this type of weather here anytime soon. Decreasing clouds tonight, low temperature of 19. Snow showers come to an end this evening. Sunny and much warmer tomorrow, especially as we head into the afternoon. A high temperature of 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. 64 Thursday, mostly sunny. Friday looks mostly cloudy, a few showers late in the day, not a washout. High of 64. It's a cooler start to the weekend, but nice on Saturday, 53. We're in the low 60s Sunday, partly sunny. Next week looks quite warm. Temperatures climb into the 70s, perhaps the upper 70s, by Monday and Tuesday.
Do you foresee the winds calming down a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. This wind is not going to be with us here for the next few days.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good news there. Thank you, Bill. Still to come, homes and roadways on the eastern end of Oneida Lake are being damaged by flooding here. News Channel 2's Kirk Tupai tells us what residents are experiencing tonight.
Waves coming out of the west on Oneida Lake are causing flooding in Sylvan Beach. Mary Kathleen Powers owns a home here and says she's never had flooding like this.
This is the worst I've ever seen it. The whitecaps are... I had a whitecap come to my house. The whitecaps are coming to my house.
Residents say it's the wind coming off the lake that's pushing the water into their homes. And if the winds continue to pick up, things are only going to get worse.
The wind is the problem. The wave action piles up the water at this end of the lake, and the waves come crashing over the seawalls and it caused the water to come into this area, and it has nowhere to drain.
The Sylvan Beach Fire Department has been helping people as best they can. Residents say they even rescued people from their home by boat. Some homeowners are doing what they can to pump water out of their home, but there's nowhere for it to go.
I mean, they got some progress, but, you know, you can only do so much.
Paul Campanella has been trying to help his neighbors pump water out of their basements. National Grid cut power to some of these homes, but that has some worried about freezing pipes.
Wait for it to recede and then assess the damage. That's all. You know? And hopefully nothing shifts on the camps and stuff like that. You know what I mean? No damage. Hopefully it don't freeze.
We're hoping that that doesn't happen to us. Obviously, we need the heat, but we'll see.
Lakeshore Drive has been shut down to local traffic since the water is starting to erode the roadway in some areas. The town is also supplying sandbags to try and help residents, but for many, it's already too late.
I hope somebody can help us because this is ridiculous. You know, I mean, I know they want to stop other people from being flooded, but you can't do this to us because of that. I'm sorry to get so upset.
In Sylvan Beach, I'm Kirk Tupai reporting for News Channel 2.
The Canal Corporation released a statement to the Oneida Lake Association today and saying, quote, the water level on Oneida Lake is above flood stage by ½ foot. This has been caused by extremely high flows in Fish Creek, which were larger than the August 2021 storm. Inflows are now lower than outflows, so we don't expect it to get higher than this. We do expect it will take into next week to get out of flood stage. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Not only does he have a first look at the forecast, he's going to talk a little bit about what we saw today. The winds, they were ridiculous out there today.
Yeah, and the eastern end of Oneida Lake really took the brunt of this because that wind, the wind pushes the waves, it pushes the water east. So it actually creates flooding on the eastern shore, and this is what we were dealing with today.
Yeah.
Just a lot of erosion too with the water level being high. It's just not a good setup and not a good scenario, and again the wind makes it so much worse. Thankfully the wind will be going away tomorrow, and some good news there, and we have dry weather in our immediate future. We don't have any heavy rainfall, so things do get better overall. It's just going to take time. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Snow showers and flurries from earlier today have now moved out. We're looking at clearing skies, temperatures 28 degrees. It's going to be a cold night tonight. But the weather changes in a remarkable way. We're expecting sunshine to return tomorrow and much warmer weather as we look ahead. Temperatures again tonight drop down into the teens. Snow showers come to an end. We are tracking a much warmer stretch of weather ahead. And look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Staying on the story.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Skies are finally starting to clear out. It's going to be a process, but tonight we're looking at decreasing clouds. Sunshine is expected tomorrow, and it looks like an absolutely beautiful day. After back-to-back cold days with snow, this is a welcome change. Snow showers coming to an end. Just a few very light patches of reflectivity on the radar. You have just a few flurries lingering in spots, but again, we are in the process of clearing out. Not only did we have snow today, it was enough to stick to the roads this morning. This is the scene in Newports from John McCabe. We did pick up snow accumulation in the city of Utica. Just under ½ inch puts the season total to 116.1. We do get snow in April. In fact, the record snow, 18.5 inches, fell in the month of April of 1979. So not only can we get snow, we could still get some significant accumulations, but they are rare and they don't last. And this snow that we're seeing today is much more typical of early April here in central New York. Again, snow moves out. High pressure moves in. We're going to see sunshine and a remarkable change in the weather. The winds are going to decrease, so that's going to be big news here too. We've had a couple of windy days recently. We get a break in the wind tomorrow. Again, decreasing clouds tonight. It's cold. We're down into the 20s, some of the outlying spots in the teens. Sunshine is expected tomorrow. It starts out quite cold in the morning with a heavy frost. We're expecting temperatures to climb into the upper 40s to low 50s by tomorrow afternoon. That April sun is going to do its thing. We're going to stay dry tomorrow night, mostly clear skies. We'll down into the 30s. Thursday looks even warmer. South wind kicks in. Not super strong, but it's going to help bring temperatures into the 60s Thursday afternoon. The next chance of rain looks to be Friday as a cold front approaches from the west. Decreasing clouds tonight. It's a cold night, down to 19. Believe it or not, that's not near record territory. Sunshine warmer tomorrow, a high of 50. Again, it's going to be cold in the morning, so just set those expectations down. But again, it will warm up in the afternoon. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Thursday looking much warmer, a high of 64, mostly sunny. Showers return late Friday, highs in the mid-60s. It's slightly colder Saturday, sunshine, low 50s. The weather warms up Sunday, partly sunny, highs in the low 60s. We're into the mid-70s, looking ahead to Monday and Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Homes and roadways on the eastern end of Oneida Lake are being damaged by flooding there. News Channel 2's Kirk Tupai tells us what residents are experiencing.
Waves coming out of the west on Oneida Lake are causing flooding in Sylvan Beach. Mary Kathleen Powers owns a home here and says she's never had flooding like this.
This is the worst I've ever seen it. The whitecaps are... I had a whitecap come to my house. The whitecaps are coming to my house.
Residents say it's the wind coming off the lake that's pushing the water into their homes, and if the winds continue to pick up, things are only going to get worse.
The wind is the problem. The wave action piles up the water at this end of the lake, and the waves come crashing over the seawalls and cause the water to come into this area, and it has nowhere to drain.
The Sylvan Beach Fire Department has been helping people as best they can. Residents say they even rescued people from their home by boat. Some homeowners are doing what they can to pump water out of their home, but there's nowhere for it to go.
I mean, they got some progress, but, you know, you can only do so much.
Paul Campanella has been trying to help his neighbors pump water out of their basements. National Grid cut power to some of these homes, but that has some worried about freezing pipes.
Wait for it to recede and then assess the damage. That's all. Yeah. And hopefully nothing shifts on the camps and stuff like that. You know what I mean? No damage. Hopefully it don't freeze.
We're hoping that that doesn't happen to us. Obviously, we need the heat, but we'll see.
Lakeshore Drive has been shut down to local traffic since the water is starting to erode the roadway in some areas. The town is also supplying sandbags to try and help residents, but for many, it's already too late.
I hope somebody can help us because this is ridiculous. You know, I mean, I know they want to stop other people from being flooded, but you can't do this to us because of that. I'm sorry to get so upset.
In Sylvan Beach, I'm Kirk Tupai reporting for News Channel 2.
Our thoughts are with those folks tonight. The Canal Corporation released a statement to the Oneida Lake Association today, and it says, quote, the water level on Oneida Lake is above flood stage by half a foot. This has been caused by extremely high flows in Fish Creek, which were larger than the August 2021 storm. Inflows are now lower than outflows, so we don't expect it to get higher than this. We do expect it will take into next week to get out of flood stage. I want to bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis because you've been getting video all week long. This is from Jennifer Henry. The wind was unbelievable today.
Yeah, and the fact that there's flooding and we have wind is very problematic because it creates a lot more erosion because now the waves are going and there's wave action where there normally isn't.
Yeah.
So lots and lots of problems tonight on Oneida Lake, which we're talking a week later since we've had all this rain. It takes a long time.
For everything to drain in,
For everything to drain in. The larger bodies of water take even longer. But yeah, it's been a full week. Thankfully, with the winds calming down, with rain not really in our forecast anytime soon, this should get better over time. And so some good news there, at least weather-wise. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's been a cold day. Cold night tonight. Flurries finally coming to an end after lingering for most of the day. And we're clearing out. Temperatures are in the upper 20s at Griffiths and Rome. We have a west wind at 6 miles an hour, making it feel like 20. We'll see decreasing clouds overnight. A sunny day tomorrow. It looks like a beautiful afternoon. It's a cold start, but it's going to be a much warmer day, and you're going to feel it in a big way with less wind. The weather is going to continue to warm up, and it's going to stick around. It looks like this cold weather we dealt with the past 2 days does not return anytime soon. Hopefully, this is it for the season, but we'll see. Decreasing clouds tonight, low temperature of 19. We are tracking a warmer weather ahead. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. We're staying on the story.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Skies have finally cleared out, and the weather is set to be beautiful here this Wednesday. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We've been seeing flurries for most of the day, but those have finally come to an end. This was the scene earlier this morning. Not only did we have snow, it stuck, not just on the grassy surfaces, but also to the roads. A few slippery spots this morning. This picture from John McCabe in Newport. We did pick up just under half an inch of snow today in the city of Utica. This puts our season snowfall to 116.1 inches, which is more than 20 inches above average. The average snowfall for the whole season is 95 inches. We do get snow in April. It's actually pretty common to get it in April. The climate stats, Utica gets about 2 to 3 inches of snow each April, sometimes more, sometimes less. The record snow in the month of April was 18.5 inches in 1979. And again, this is for Utica. The higher elevations get a lot more. So still can be very much a snow-driven month, especially the first week or so. It does happen on occasion. What also happens is that the weather tends to warm up quickly this time of the year, and that's what's going to happen here in central New York. Snow showers have dried up. Dry air is moving in from the west. Lots of clear skies moving in. It's going to set the stage for wall-to-wall sunshine tomorrow. Clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 20s and teens. It is a cold start to Wednesday. Keep that in mind. You need the winter jacket heading out the door, but by the afternoon, it'll feel a lot more comfortable. Temperatures will be close to 50 degrees, and you'll notice the difference with that April sun. It's going to do its thing and help dry us out. And the skies look clear tomorrow night. The next weather system will approach Friday, so we're dry again Thursday. A south wind takes over. It's going to help bring temperatures into the 60s, the mid-60s Thursday afternoon. Again, next weather system is expected to arrive Friday as a cold front. Decreasing clouds tonight down to 19. Cold, but not record cold, believe it or not. 50 degrees for the high tomorrow. Sunny, much warmer than today. Again, a cold start. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. 64 on Thursday, mostly sunny. Friday, still warm, mostly cloudy. Some late day showers as the cold front arrives. It does cool down Saturday, still pretty nice, 53. Low 60s Sunday. We continue to warm up next week. Look at highs in the mid to upper 70s on Monday and Tuesday. We'll be right back.